My wife said, what's the matter? You're changing. What happened? I said, my best friend is dying. He's melting. He's rotting away while he's alive. That's what's the matter. Don't ask me fucking questions. I keep telling you that. Don't ask me nothing. Isn't that enough? That day I got the gun with the sounds. I sat in my bedroom alone. Put the silencer on the gun. I prayed to God, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
For the first time ever, Sammy the Bull Gravano tells his story. This is our thing. Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Peruta was waiting for me. A little while later, my wife came to the room. There's a phone call. I think it's Eddie. I got on the phone. Is everything ready? No, Sammy. Did you hear what happened? What? What happened? Peruta took a turn for the worst. They called an ambulance. He died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Oh my God. I don't have to kill him. But I failed him. He didn't die the way he wanted to die because of me. Because I procrastinated. Because I asked John Gotti. Because I didn't want to break a rule. Fuck these rules. I talked to God again. Maybe you're more mad at me now that I didn't do what I'm supposed to do as a man and as a friend. Maybe you're more mad at that than the fact that I was going to kill him. We went to the funeral. It was over. I lost Stamy. Louie was no longer with us. And now I lost Peruta. But I guess it's life. Life goes on. You gotta pick up, just go on with it and go forward. His daughter came to me and said, Peruta and his wife had a small little Italian deli on Bath Avenue. They had it for a lot of years. The landlord wanted them to move. But he was afraid of Peruta, and he just let them stay there. Now he asked them to move. He wanted the store. That's what he told your mother and you? Yes. Okay. Get ready to move, but not right away. I'm gonna go talk to him. I'll buy you a little time. I went to see him, Old Greaseball, on Bath Avenue. He knew who I was, and I talked to him. So I said, how come you didn't want to take the store back when Peruta was alive? He said, well, you know, he was there and I gave him a break, and then I know why you didn't want to take it back. You were afraid of Peruta. And you let him stay there. So now the wife and the daughter don't have Peruta. You want them to move. Oh, Sammy, it's not like that. Well, it's acceptable to me. They'll move. Tell me what month and what day you want them to move. And I'll get them out. That same day will be the end of your life. I'll tell them to move. I'll help them money-wise to move. And I will kill you that day. So tell me the month and the day that you want them to move. Oh, no, Sammy, I can stay there. I know of at least 4 or 5 years later, they still had the store. They never moved. He never enforced any kind of law or anything to make them move. Barbara and the whole family always remained friends with me, and vice versa. That old man Peruta, he wasn't really all that old. He was 59, he looked decrepit all the time. Good personality, hated the whole world but us. Left a mark on me more than any family member could ever. Stamy, Peruta, a crew of crews. I was dangerous, I was tough, but I owed it to them. This crew, these guys, most people don't even know their fucking names or who they are or what they were. If I would have told Peruta to walk in a police station and shoot the head sergeant, as insane as that sounds, he would have done it. Knowing he could never get out of the police station, he would have died there. That's what kind of loyalty. I never would ask him something like that. It's just an example. But that's how fucking loyal he was, Stamy was. So now it was time to go on. There was a lot of other things happening now. There was a lot of problems with Paul Castellano, with John Gotti, Frankie the Chico. There was things going on all over the place. I grieved for them, not only Peruta, but Peruta and Stamy. Occasionally I would talk to them when I'm alone. I think there's a war that's going to be started. And I don't have you guys. I feel naked. But I'll join you. Save me a seat at the table. See you soon. So that's it as far as my crew. There's more to tell. There's more things to happen. Michael the Bat was still around, and there's so many other things to talk about. As I go on with this podcast, I'll do as much as I can. Some of these stories like this with Stamy and Peruta, maybe I'm getting old, but I get very emotional. They're wounds. They're deep-setted wounds in my body. I don't open them. I'm opening them now in these videos, and it hurts. I feel it. I feel this pain in my arm. I feel that womb opening up again. I feel them, their presence. I see their face when I talk. I see their smile and they laugh and talk. I miss it so much. The crew, it was never the same. Stamy was gone, Peruta was gone, Nicky Cowboy was gone, Louie was gone in a whole nother fucking world with whatever he was thinking of doing. Eventually he gets killed, but it was never the same. And I was never the same, I don't think. I think a piece of me died every time somebody died. It's not something I liked or I enjoyed. It's part of the life. I understood it. But every one of them was a scar for me. Some are very deep. Peruta, Stamy, they're very deep. A lot more than other ones, but no. The crew never recovered. We went along, and a lot of things happened, but I still had my family, responsibilities, friends like Frankie DeChico, and people who depended on me. My daughter was getting older, my son was getting older. So you gotta go on, not only for yourself, but for other people who are depending on you. Your time will come. Your time will come. But I wasn't ready. I still had things to do.
Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Me and Louie Molino, we grew up in the same neighborhood. We were close for a very long time. We used to go hunting together when we were younger, fishing, all different kinds of things. I had a very good relationship with him. He was with the Gambino family. I was originally with the Colombo family. When I had my problem in the Colombo family, he came down with the old man, Johnny Rizzo, and helped straighten it out. Then I got transferred over to the Gambino family, and we became closer. We were both Gambino associates at the same time. And we did a lot of things together. We were super close. In 1976, Tato, who was a captain, proposed me to become a made member in the family, unbeknownst to me. Sally Albanese in the Colombo family was a captain. I was with that crew originally. He saw me in a bar, came over, put his arm around my neck. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? How is it? The old man Tato's a good guy. I said, I love it. It's really, really good. He said, let me ask you something, bro. You really was gonna kill Shorty's brother, Ralph? Yeah. And that's how I became transferred over to the Gambino family. There was a big decision between the Colombo family, the bosses, right up on top, and Carlo Gambino himself. They thought what I was gonna do was legit. They wanted to kill Ralph because I was right, but they wouldn't because he was Shorty's brother. So the agreement was transfer, and I went over there, and I was close with Louie. So I get with Tato, and the old man Johnny Rizzo, his captain is Tato. Ultimately, Louie's with him as well. That's how it works. So I get made in 1976. After that, they were going to make another batch or two a little while after, not right away. And I had asked Tato, are they going to make Louie Molino? He did work. He's with the old man Rizzo. He's been with them for a long time. He says, I'm going to ask the old man John. I was standing right there when Tato asked him, do you have anybody that you want to propose to become a friend of ours? Now, he had a son in the life. He had actually a couple of sons, but one of them could make the ranks. And he had Louie Melito. The old man, Johnny Rizzo, told Tato, no, I don't have anyone. Even my son is a scumbag. I don't want to make him. He didn't mention Louie by name, but I was completely thrown back because he was close with the old man Rizzo. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't say anything to Louie. He congratulated me when I got back. He knew I was getting made. When Boozy was there and people to congratulate him, he stood on the side because he was only an associate. He's not supposed to know, but he knew. He was that much in the mob. Congratulations, bro. Thanks. We went on the side after all the congratulations. I went on the side, I was talking with him. And he said, did they say anything about me? The old man, did they have any? I was brokenhearted because I couldn't tell him what the old man said. Now that I'm a friend of ours, now that I'm a made, guys, certain secrets have to die with us. And I would be exposing secrets about friends of ours, what they think, what they say, especially about getting made. It's a very important thing. It's not supposed to be discussed. So I told Louie, you'll be all right. I mean, they didn't talk about you right then and there. There was a lot of issues, a lot of things, but you're gonna be all right. You got the old man, you're close with him, and you got me now. And we'll see what happens. A couple of weeks went by, maybe a month, maybe 2 went by. And it really was under my skin. I was bombing and weaving. I tried to avoid conversations with Louie about it and certain things. And so I went to Tato and I said, Tato, I really want to have a talk with you. What? I said, Louie Melito did work for the family. He's a tough guy. He's did everything he's ever asked. He's an earner. What more does this guy got to do? I mean, I heard what John said, but that's not fair. Could I propose him? No, you can't. He's not with you. He's your friend, but he's not with you. He's with Rizzo. It's his job. Let me ask you another question. Rizzo's with you. Yes, of course. Just like you are. Yes, I know that. Everybody with me is ultimately with you, right? You're our captain. Yes. So ultimately, Louie Melito is with you. Yes, through Johnny Rizzo, yes. Why can't you propose him? You could do what you want. You're the boss of these crews. You're the ultimate decision. If Johnny wants to make some money, he's got to come to you. Not to Paul, to you. If I want to make some money, I got to come to you. So you're the boss to us. Then we know where it goes. I'm not saying that Paul isn't the boss. But you have a decision. You could propose a guy. You know him. You know what he's about. Let me think about it. An hour or 2 goes by. Sammy, get up, take a walk with me. I get up, I go outside with him. I think I can. Do you really want this? I know him all my life. The guy's a man's man. He's a tough guy in every sense of the word. If he don't belong, I don't know how the fuck I got in. And I don't know how anybody else would get in. Maybe there's some axe to grind over there. I don't know any of that. But we're not supposed to carry an axe when it comes to this. You got real smart real quick. Somebody talking to you about this, the life? No. I just felt that way. If somebody would have talked to you, I would have never said, could I propose him? Now I know I'm not allowed because he's not with me. I'll propose him. Don't say nothing. Okay, I left that thing with my tail wagging a mile a minute. I was happy as a pig in shit. I was getting my friend in. Sure enough, his day came. I wasn't allowed at the ceremony. I didn't have that position. I was just a friend as a mate guy, and just an associate and a friend of his. And he got made. And then the day he got made, the night he got made, I was driving around. I knew they'd be gone for hours. I was driving around. I don't know what to do. I wanted to be there when he got back to congratulate him and be introduced to him as a friend. When I was driving around, I was on the Utrecht Avenue, and there was a gay club on the Utrecht Avenue. Johnny Rizzo had that club. He owned that club. One of his sons was gay, and he owned the club. Ultimately, John was the power behind the club. And he would go there for meetings because you could go in there and kind of the FBI, you know, it was safe in a way. But he would hang out outside. He wouldn't hang out in the club. He would hang out outside on the corner, a little bit away from the club. And I saw him out there talking with a couple of street guys. And I went back by Tato's club. Sure enough, about 15, 20 minutes, Tato was pulling up, and Louie Melito's in the car with him. They got out. He introduced Louie to his son, Charlie Boy, as a amigo nostro, a friend of ours. He introduced Louie to me as a friend of ours, and a few other people. I think Boozy was there, because Boozy, Frankie DeChico's father, was with Tato. I think he was there. A few other guys. So we walked away. He grabbed me. He says, listen, Sammy, I want to thank you so much. You don't owe me nothing, bro. You earned this. Tato told me what Rizzo said. And Tato told me what you did. I know the story. I want to thank you. Well, being you know the story, and I accept this thank you, and you would have probably done the same thing for me, I would assume. Yes, I would have. You know what? I passed by in the Utrecht Avenue by the club with the old man Rizzo. Yeah. He's out there, standing out there with a couple of guys in the street. He don't know you got made. No, I know. Get in the car. He knows me as a friend. He don't know you as a friend. We'll walk over to him, and I'll introduce you to him as a friend of ours. What do you think he'll do? Nothing. He'll go into shock. He's afraid of the both of us. Now we're both friends of ours. What could he do? Tato's his captain. Could he go over Tato's head and try to fuck with this thing and go to Paul? Tato would fume. And then he's got to deal with me and you. He don't want us walking around the streets with a heart on for him. He was not going to do nothing. Let's go. We're on our way there. You're the best. You're Machiavelli. Why would you call me Machiavelli, bro? I just did you a big favor. Nothing, he says. You made this all happen, and now you're going to take me to meet him. You're the best. And I don't mean Machiavelli in a bad way. You're super smart. I always knew that of you. You learned this fucking life in 3 seconds on this end. I got to still learn it. I know the life, but it's one thing to know the life from the outside. Now I got to see it from the inside. You knew what he said and you didn't say a word to me. Good. That's the first example that you should know. How much I love you, and I didn't say nothing. That's not Machiavelli. That's Cosa Nostra. That's something you gotta learn. There's certain secrets we have to keep sacred. We pulled up to that club, we got out. It was like that movie, High Noon. Me and Louie walking over towards Rizzo and this other pack of guys, street guys. I don't think any of them were made, but they were street. Maybe they would have their day in the near future, but they were on that level. So we walked over and Rizzo just knew me as a friend, and that's the way the thing is. Even though Louie's with him, the first thing he did was put his hand out to me. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? He went to let go to shake Louie's hand, and I held on to it. He looked up at me in a weird way, and I said, John, and I pulled him in close to me and Louie. And I says, I want you to meet Louie Melito. He's our Mega Nostra. He's a friend of ours. Louie, Johnny Rizzo, your ex-boss, is our Mega Nostra. He's a friend of ours. And I let go of his hand. He grabbed Louie, he hugged Louie, kissed him on the cheek. Congratulations, it's so overdue. Louie did the right thing and took my advice. Hugged him, kissed him. Thank you, John. Showed no emotion or no ill will towards him. That's dead. That happened before you were a friend of ours. It don't count or don't matter anymore. It's dead. That's Cosa Nostra. We don't bring old bullshit into this new life. We were reborn. That's what you said. Act it. So it gives you an example how close we were. Later on, I did so many different hits. Plaza hit, Plaza Suite. They blamed me for doing it off the record and I was in trouble and all these other things. And Louie started getting concerned that my name was becoming so big, so powerful, and doing things. And a couple times Paul did get mad at me, seriously mad at me. So what happened is he wanted to break up. And this isn't right away, this took a while. And he wanted to go get one or two guys under him and form his own crew. I already had a crew, Stamy, Peru, Michael DeBay, all them guys. And they were with me. My crew resented it a little bit because he was part of our crew. To pull away wasn't anything that any of them were happy about. Matter of fact, on occasion, I would tell them, he's still our friend. He just wants to go it alone. And he drifted away from us. I talked about when Paul gave me an order to kill a bartender that worked for me, Jackie. I always wondered how that happened. Louie formed a sneaky relationship with Paul Castellano and Tommy Bellotti that really none of us were aware of it. After the Castellano hit, DB had told me and Frankie DeChico that Louie betrayed us. I talk about that at another time. I'm not going to talk about it right now. So I understood what Louie did. Frankie DeChico had died. Frankie wanted to kill him as soon as he got home. I talked for him. It didn't work. Frankie didn't want to hear it. I bit my tongue and shut up. Frankie died. After Paul was gone, he was coming out of prison, Louie. I talked to John Gotti and saved his life. I also saved Joey Bellotti's life, and that's in the podcast. You'll hear it at different times, all over the place. So he got home and he grabs Joey Bellotti and says, oh my God, at this time I became the consigliere of the family. And I made Big Louie Valerio take my position as a captain. I put Louie in under Big Louie, Louie Molito. He went to Joey Bellotti. We're in the same boat. Sammy's becoming real big, real powerful. We're both in the same boat. Joey Bellotti told him, no, we ain't in no fucking same boat. Sammy saved my life. I had almost a fist fight with another made guy in another family. Sammy sat for me. Saved my life again. Sammy's my fucking man. Don't ever talk to me about Sammy. Don't ever talk to me about being in the same fucking boat as you. I'm not in that fucking boat. It came out. I went and see him and I read him the riot act again. We already knew what you did with Tommy Bellotti and Paul. You betrayed us. And Frankie wanted to kill you. I saved you. Now you're telling people, what are you trying to make a crew behind our back or do something? Are you that stupid? Saving him twice. Then he gets into an argument with Big Louie. You are nothing. I'm the tough guy. I belong being the captain. I don't know why the fuck he put you in. Louie did the right thing. He went to John Gotti. Said, I don't like this guy. I don't want him with me. He's disrespectful. He's not trying to get Louie killed, but he don't want him with him. John says, okay, I'll move him. But John don't want to move him. John decides to kill him. Enough is enough. I'm told from John, I know what you did. You tried to save him with Frankie. Then you came to me and you saved him. Then he jumped in with Joey. I made you take care of that. Now he's doing this with Big Louie. Captain, I put in on your word. I gave the contract to my brother Gene. He's gonna go. John, Sammy, don't John me. It's done. I accept it. Okay. I want to ask you one favor. What is it now? Let me be there. Why do you want to be there? The guy is dying because he's fucking stupid and his fucking balls are too big. He did nothing dishonorable ever. And I want somebody to spit on him or kick him after he's dead. I want him to die like a fucking man. I want to make sure that happens, please. They got the hit, but you could be there with a couple of you guys. That's the only reason I was there. After they killed him, they took his body, he disappeared. Where he disappeared to, where he was buried, I have no fucking idea. His daughter came to me. My father hasn't come home. Uncle Sammy. He's probably tied up with something. He'll be back. Relax. His house was under construction. His daughter told me, and I already knew that. I went there with contractors and my people, spent 20-some-odd thousand and finished the work so that they can live. Took care of the family. The wife, who was fucking stark raving mad, and the daughter, and the son, but he had an injury and he was unable to walk or do certain things. I did that for a long time. Nobody knew where he went, the daughter or anybody. Once I cooperated, I had to be part of the murder just by being there. It's not that I killed him. It's not that I wanted him dead. I wanted it for what I said. And then rumor has it through the wife, I always wanted to kill him. I never wanted to kill him, and I didn't kill him. I saved him twice. The third time, it's like baseball, 3 strikes. He was out. It was over. There's nothing I could do. what I thought I could do is make sure he dies without pain, without suffering, without torture, without kicking, spitting, or doing anything. Not that they constantly do that. They don't. I'm not saying that that's what happens all the time. And that's just, I was so frustrated that I couldn't save him. I just thought of that and wanted to be there. Now I wish I wasn't there. It wouldn't even be on my sheet because I had nothing to do with killing him. Obviously, I had everything to do in the other direction. So now Louie was gone. And at certain times, I lost other people. My crew. My top guys were Louie Melito, Stamy, the old man Peruta. Eventually, they all went. Louie Melito was killed. Stamy was killed. The old man Peruta died of cancer. I get a call by Huck. You better come down, Sammy. What happened now? Stamy's a little drunk, and he's talking about some violent shit, about killing somebody. This guy's Johnny Santiago, a Puerto Rican guy, good-looking guy. I said, all right, don't let nothing happen. I'm on my way. I get down there, and Stamy is a little drunk. And I take him, put my arm around his neck. Come on, let's take a walk. Tell me what's going on. What happened? He said, Sammy, this motherfucker is fucking my brother's wife. He showed no respect for me, my brother, nobody. I want to take this motherfucker out. Now, sexual things is not something I'm into as far as killing people. They're not killing offenses as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if he would have said, I want to punch the shit out of him, I would have said, go ahead. But killing him, I think, is a little extreme when it comes to these things. So I said, all right, listen, should we kill your brother's wife too? I knew what the answer would be. No, of course not. But don't you think that she's part of it? Or did he rape her? No, he didn't rape her. They've been having an affair. So that she's part of it. Should we kill him? Does your brother and her stay together? Does this solve their marital problems? Stamy was a little drunk and he was confused, and I didn't want to get technical with him, but I wanted to push this off until I'm able to talk to him when he's sober and right in the head. I said, all right, listen, if you want to kill him, we'll do that. I'll tell you right now, we'll do it. But down the road, not now. Not now. We'll put it on the side. We'll talk about it at another time. Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. Okay, good. Then leave it alone. We left it alone for a little while. I don't remember how long, to be honest with you. I don't remember how long it was. And I get another call. Sammy, what? Now he doesn't know how to say it, and he's trying to double talk because we don't talk on the phones. Come down, bro. I'm on my way. Nothing else has to be said. I know there's a fucking problem. He wouldn't make me drive to Staten Island to Brooklyn if there was no problem. So I go down. Stamy killed Johnny Santiago. He killed him already? Yeah. How? He got in his car or something and he shot him in the head. Oh my God.